All right, guys. Good morning. How we doing? Happy New Year, 2022, first trading day. And it looks like we got some action maybe, so it looks pretty good to me. NASDAQ up 111 points, 115 points. ES up 26 points, about 0.5%, and the Russell's up 0.7% as well. Russell's up pretty nicely. Dow's up as well, so we're up across the board. That retest is still there, guys. That retest is still there. I know it's been a little bit questionable, but Fidel, I'm reaching out to you today, man. Don't worry. Good morning, Fidel. Today is the day I'm gonna get some of that giveaway stuff done. So I'll reach out to you today. 16.4, beautiful. Still there on the NASDAQ, guys. And of course, Tesla. Tesla is clearly on everyone's mind today. You're going to get every single trader across the world looking at Tesla this morning. So we'll definitely take a look at that today. Clearly, that's going to be a very important one to watch after they gave their delivery numbers this weekend. And we can see a very, very big move higher in the pre-market above a very important level. So this looks very good on Tesla, but we'll definitely take a look. And we'll prepare for the day. So welcome to the first stream of 2022. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for always being here, supporting the channel. Took 2 weeks off, ready for 2022. Very nice. Yeah, sometimes it's very helpful to take a few weeks off and sort of refresh and come back strong. So let's not, biggest thing today, guys, let's not get overconfident, overzealous, because it's the new year. I know everyone this morning wants to start the year off strong, but that is not an excuse for over trading, taking trades that you don't need to take, making sure to stay disciplined into this year is important. So stay disciplined. Of course, everyone wants to see a nice move today, but we need to see if that actually happens first. I know it. I know we want to see it, but we need to make sure it's there before we, get all crazy here. So, futures, as always, guys. We'll look at the futures contracts, economic calendar. We'll check that out. See if there's any important stuff this week. Tesla delivery numbers. You guys saw that this weekend. Tesla reported delivery numbers, beat expectations, and the stock is up 74 points in the pre-market. So big move. We'll look at the other EVs. You got NIO up. XPEV had a really strong week last week. Rivian maybe gets some love. Lucid maybe gets a little bit of love off this. So we'll take a look at those other EVs as well. NVIDIA higher this morning, but stuck at this 300 level. So we'll take a look at NVIDIA. I would be, it wouldn't be right if I didn't look at AMD as well. So we'll look at both of those, AMD and NVIDIA. Facebook rejecting again last week. So Facebook showing a little bit of a double top, still very strong, or very strong resistance above. So Facebook still there rejecting. It's still in the same area. We'll take a look at it, see if it has any chance. Snow is coiling very nicely. I think Snow's building strength. I know Snow's on a little bit of a downtrend, but I think it's wedging, and I think there should be a move incoming if the market is strong. So I really like this Snow move. It's something I've been watching for about 2 weeks now. So I'm just waiting for it to actually make the move. I'm waiting for it to show me the move. I'm not trying to get ahead of it. So Snow is something that I'm keeping a very close eye on, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Home Depot and Costco, just two beasts. If you look at the daily charts, if you look at the strength that those stocks have had, Home Depot and Costco are animals. I want to show you guys these two stocks. These two stocks should continue very strong into this year. They're sort of in between that growth and value. They have incredible growth, but they're also considered value in some senses. It's like I love these two names. Home Depot and Costco, I don't think you can go wrong with these two names in a long-term portfolio. With the long-term option contract, these stocks are very, very rock solid, and they continue to thrive in this economy as well. So Home Depot, Costco, let's keep an eye on those two this year. PayPal over 200. This is something that I'm going to be watching, through the first few months of this year. See if PayPal can get over 200. Finally, SE. SE has been a stock that's been getting crushed But SC, I believe, is starting to slow down the selling and is starting to push back higher. So SC is a stock I want to be watching as well into this year. We'll look at that. After that, we will look at some of the stocks that you guys have in the Google Docs, and I'll pull that up. So right now, Shop, MRNA, Baba, Qualcomm, Roku, Snow, and ON. If you guys want to become a member of the channel to start the year, you can get access to this Google Docs where you can put your tickers every day. Shout out to Ike for sort of updating this. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe from Jimmy Fallon. Make sure to press that like button. And what's the quote of the week? Let's see. The four most dangerous words in investing are, "It's different this time." Sir John Templeton. Very nice. And then here's the economic calendar, but I guess we'll put it here in the Google Docs, but we'll also take a look at it on the actual website. So if you guys want, if you're a member of the YouTube channel, make sure to head over there. It's pinned in the comments. Let's go ahead and start off with the economic calendar. So let me pull that up. Here we go. So what do we got this week? No, I do not want to join Market Watch. Sorry. All right, here we go. So here's this week on the. Good morning, Ike. Here's the economic calendar. Manufacturing PMI at 9:45 today. Probably shouldn't be the biggest effect, but you can keep an eye on it. It's 19 a.m. Huh. I'm going to assume that's a typo. I'm going to assume that's 10 a.m. What do you guys think? I'm assuming that's 10 a.m. construction spending. Maybe we keep an eye on like stocks like Caterpillar, Home Depot in this area. We'll see if there's any reaction around 10. I probably wouldn't expect it, but there you go, guys. That's today. Nothing too big. Tuesday, nothing huge. But Wednesday, we have FOMC minutes. So this Wednesday, guys, FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. Wednesday, January 5th, 2 p.m. FOMC minutes. This should have some kind of effect on the market. It's going to be interesting to see what Jerome in the FOMC says. They're probably just going to give an update on inflation, give an update on interest rate ideas. If nothing changes here, I would assume this is not a big event. But if there's big changes to if there's big changes to what they're saying, big changes to their plan, big changes to the feeling of what they're trying to put out, are they being a little bit more hawkish here? Are they getting a little bit more concerned? You're sort of going to want to focus on the tone of this FOMC minute. So 2 o'clock on Wednesday, and then we just have our initial jobless claims on Thursday as usual, and non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate on Friday. That, if anyone's not aware, this happens almost every Thursday. I think it does happen every Thursday. And non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate. So if anyone is not aware, this is always going to pop up. All right. Let's get started here. So that's the economic calendar. Big day is Wednesday. FOMC minutes. Let's be aware of it. And let's go ahead and do this. So first things first. Yeah, I know, FOMC first week of 2022. They're already throwing the FOMC at us, right? All right, guys. Here's the NASDAQ. So we all know that this is 16.4 previous resistance, right? We should all know that. You can clearly see that it's just multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we pushed higher. We pulled back, and are we doing a beautiful little break and retest here? Are we getting the break, the retest, and the push higher? Are we going to see this move? I still believe that we will. The market is still showing that it wants to hold this area. We can clearly see it this morning, right? We can see we're starting to push off that 16.4. We have a little bit of a downtrend on the 4-hour chart, and we just need to see this breakout. We need to see this downtrend breakout, and then we need to see us start breaking above some of these previous highs. So that's what I'm watching for today, guys. I'm watching for this downtrend breakout, something around here on this 4-hour chart, and then I'm looking to see if we can break out of this 16,550. If we get that, then I think we're off to the races. So if we go to the 5-minute chart, we can see over the last week, basically, the last 4 or 5 trading days, We just sort of moved lower, making lower highs as we move down into this 16.4 level. Now, we need to see this start to turn around here. We need to see this thing hold 16.4, this area here, and we need to see it start to push higher. The big level, in my opinion, is going to be this area right here. This is going to be your next tough resistance level. I don't think there's much on the earnings calendar. There's nothing, guys. Nothing today, nothing tomorrow. Bed Bath & Beyond on Thursday. Yeah, earnings calendar. We're sort of out of earnings season here, guys. So 16,550. That's the big level here, guys, on the upside. If you're watching the NASDAQ market today, if we start to push into 16,550, that is the resistance level to watch out for, right here. Yeah, a little inverse head and shoulders for sure, Daniel. I see it. Little left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Possible, definitely possible. Right at the reversal sign too, right at the reversal zone too. So definitely a potential watch there. I'm bullish here. I'm gonna be bullish until I see this thing clearly break below 16.4. If this market is trading above 16.4, I've told myself multiple times I am bullish. You have to be bullish above 16.4. Of course, in the short term, there's going to be some, a little bit of volatility, a little bit of bearish signs in the short term. However, in the long term, for a multi-week move, I am definitely still bullish here on this 16.4 support. I like it. It's holding strong. It was very strong previous resistance, and I want to see if it holds into support. So today, we are looking to see if we can push into this area here, start to push back into 16,550. But 16,550 is going to be a big level here, guys. You can see rejection, and that's how we fell off of it. So 16,550 to the upside on the NASDAQ, that is your resistance today. Make sure you have that on your charts. ES. The ES, here's the 4-hour chart. Oops. 4-hour chart, zooming in. We never quite got back to this retest level. The ES has been very strong. We never got back to this 47.20, but we did sort of hold this channel here in the 47.70 area. So you can see we did temporarily break below, but look at these 4-hour wicks. I mean, they are very strong. If I can zoom in here, look at these 4-hour wicks on this 4-hour chart. Look at this wick. All these strong wicks on the 4-hour chart, showing that there is a ton of buyers in this area. Every time we drop down into this 47.60, this thing is getting bid up every time. So that's bullish. I mean, that shows that there are buyers down below that are bidding these 4-hour candles to the upside. I like that. I mean, that's a sign of very bullish price action. A lot of buyers stepping in to push this thing higher. We are back above 47.70. If we go to the 1-hour chart, we break this down a little bit more. Here's the 1 hour. So we are back above this 47.70 low, which is good to see. We definitely needed to hold that area because it was starting to show a little bit of resistance. It was starting to show it was going to turn into resistance, but we did break back above. And now today, guys, it's just all about all-time highs, right? Here's all-time highs, 47.95, 4,800. Do we push into that? So we're back within the range, right, guys? You guys know what a range is. Your resistance is at 4,800. Your support is at 47.70. See how the ES trades today? If Tesla's strong, I would assume that helps the ES. See how it does around 4,800 today. Dow has been outperforming very nicely. Here's the 4-hour chart. We did break above 36,000. We never fully retested it. So we never fully got that retest, sort of like the ES. I was hoping to see this pullback to 36,000 and then maybe a little double bottom, but we didn't quite get that full pullback. So we only pulled back a few points. We're back up to all-time highs. So today, just see how the Dow performs. See how the rotation is. Is it more Dow related, or is it more Dow strength? Is it more tech strength? As of right now in the pre-market, it is more tech strength. So NASDAQ's up 0.7%, and the Dow is up 0.4%. So a little bit of outperformance on the NASDAQ this morning. Dow is not as strong, but the Dow historically, in the last few weeks has been stronger than the NASDAQ. It's very clear. You guys can see that the Dow is sort of chilling here at all-time highs still, whereas the NASDAQ pulled back over the last 4 days. So over last week, the Dow has been outperforming. Does that continue into this first week of 2022? That's what we have to watch. 36.5 would be my concerning level. If you start to see us push into 36.5, be careful of potential rejections because that gets tough up there. That's where that resistance steps in. Russell, very clear breakout level on the Russell, guys. If you're trading the Russell, maybe you're trading the IWM, there's a very clear breakout level here. It's 2280. If you see us break above 2280, then I think the small caps continue. So 2280, right in this area, would be where I would be looking for a breakout on the Russell. If we break out above here, I would assume there is a move back up to this 2345 area. So that's what I'd be watching on the Russell today, guys. You can clearly see this top that has formed here at previous resistance. You need to see this break here at 2280. That's what I'd be looking for. All right, so those are the futures, guys. To recap, just some really nice pullbacks on NASDAQ. Nice pullback last week into 16.4 retest. Need to see that hold today. ES, it's at all-time highs. Dow is at all-time highs, basically. So let's see how those perform. That is the futures, guys. Hopefully, that gives you some type of idea on how this market is trading. And yeah, so this morning, nicely green. Let's see if this continues into today. All right, so let's go ahead and run over to Tesla. Tesla. So 4-hour chart, and we can clearly see we were trading within this 1120 and 1070 level. You guys remember that from last week. If we go to the hourly chart, we remember we were trading within this range, and we pushed higher, rejected triple top at 1120, pulled back to 1170 area, right where this previous resistance was, pulled back right there, and there is your support. Big gap up, guys. Big gap up. Does this gap get filled in the future? That's very potential. Do we see this gap get filled in the future? Sometimes we do see that on Tesla. It wants to fill those gaps. So be aware of it. I don't love that we have this gap. I really don't. I would have rather have seen this move happen in the intraday. I don't love to see this gap on the chart because it concerns me because a lot of times Tesla will want to come back down to fill that gap and then start to push off of it. So just be aware of that. We are on a big gap up this morning. So if we see any downside, it's totally warranted if we do see some downside on the gap. But let's ignore that gap for now and see what this thing's doing. So we are above that 1120. Did I sell my 1070 put? I never had a 1070 put. So we had a very nice little top here at 1120, and we got through that this morning. So we're through that this morning, 1120. I think your next level to be aware of is going to have to be these lows here at around 1150. I think that's going to be a big level. And then you have these highs up here at 1175, 1180. I think these are your next two big levels, guys. So 1175 right in this area, and then these previous lows from back here in what is this? This is November, beginning of November. You guys see these lows here? So you had support in this area and support in this area, and then we dropped through it. So these two support levels here, 1150, I'm going to assume that turns into resistance if we push into it. Sell to open. I don't sell puts. So I'm not sure where. I don't know if you're in the wrong Discord. Yeah, no, I don't sell puts. So 1150. That would be my resistance level to go ahead and watch. 1150 today, guys. Keep an eye on that area, and then keep an eye on 1175. Those are my two levels to the upside to be monitoring today. On the 5-minute chart, we can sort of see we've pushed higher into this 1138, started to reject a little bit. Today, on the shorter term time frames, this is probably how I'm going to watch Tesla. I'm going to watch for a pullback at open. I think you really want to see a pullback at open, guys. Here's the chart right now, the 1-minute chart. I think you're going to want to see a pullback to 1120 at open. That would be ideal. That is a level I'm watching. This is 1120. If we drop to 1120, I'm going to keep an eye on, let's say, this 1110 area, right where this candle starts. And then if you sort of get through there, I'm going to be a little bit concerned because you have this big gap here on the chart. So under like 1110, I would start to be a little bit concerned if this thing wants to fill the gap. So just be careful. If you get a pullback to 1120, let me go to the 5-minute chart. So pullback to 1120 would be my first level to watch for a washout. And then if you don't get a bounce there, I think maybe this 1110. Those would be the two levels that I would be watching on Tesla. If you do drop below that 1110, then then there's a gap here. So you got to be concerned of the gap. Be concerned of this gap to the downside. If you do just get a push right over highs, you break these 1138 highs, then I'm going to assume that this thing starts to push. This thing probably starts to push if you get a 1138 high of day breakout. Maybe pushes into that 1150. So this is the zone I'd be watching. 1138 highs and then 1120 to the downside. That's my zone that I'm watching today on Tesla. Let's see how this thing trades, within this little area. If we get that 1138 breakout and start to really pick up momentum, look for that move to the upside. If you start to get that push to the downside and then maybe a little bit of hold here, maybe you start to catch this move, right? If you get that little washout. So 1120, 1110 to the downside, and then 1140 to the upside. That is what I would be watching. So that's Tesla, guys. It should be fun. Be careful today. Wait for a real move to happen. You guys know if you've been trading, if you're someone that has traded Tesla before, you guys know you can tell when the strength is there and you can tell when it is not. If the Tesla strength is there, there will be opportunities to take advantage of it. If it's not there, it'll be obvious and it'll be clear as day. You'll know when it's going to start chopping. You'll see the price action start to be sideways. It's not really a situation you want to get stuck into. Wait for a clear, strong price action on Tesla. When there is strong price action on Tesla, it is not very difficult to capitalize off of. So let's see if we get that type of day, a 3, 4, 5, 6% day on Tesla. Is it that day? I don't know. But if it is, we can clearly capitalize on it. So, Anton, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. I mean, we already looked at the futures. You keep on saying something about futures. We looked at it already. So, Tesla, let's see, guys. Let's see how that price action is today. That's going to be the most important thing, the price action. Is it strong? All right. Here we go. NEO. So you guys know NEO has been under, quite a bit of pressure. It's been under some, really difficult pressure over the last 6 months. Pulled back, had a nice day on Friday. And, you guys saw, on Thursday and Friday. You guys saw that really strong strength on the Chinese EV stocks. Do we get that push today? So you guys know there's a lot of resistance here at around 34. We have to be aware of that. 34 resistance. So make sure you're aware of this area on NEO. But if we go to the 5-minute chart, we can see we are pushing right into that today. So we were strong last week, huge move on Thursday, a little bit of consolidation on Friday, and you can see today we are getting that push once again. So you had these previous highs, you broke above them here at 33. So you guys can see this 33 previous high. What I would be looking for today, guys, if you're watching NEO, I would be looking for a pullback to 33, and I would be looking for to hold these previous highs as support. You want to see NEO turn these previous highs right here and right here. You want to see it turn those previous highs into support. That is what I want to be looking at today. So right today, 33 on NEO, that would be the level to watch. If it holds that level, sure, maybe it gets a little bit of a pop off that. If it does not, then you're probably going to get stuck back within this little range. So 33 today, guys, on NEO, and then 34 resistance to the upside. That looks tough, right? Because look at the daily chart at 34. You can clearly see this is a tough previous level here. A lot of resistance in this area because it was previously some very strong support. So 34, to the upside, 33 to the downside. See if that holds. However, NEO maybe gets a little bit of love from this Tesla move, right? So next one is XPEV. XPEV's another stock that got a lot of strength last week. You guys can see this is a little bit of a better chart than NEO. It's sort of holding up, pushing above this little breakout zone here. If we zoom in, XPEV starting to break above, some of this resistance here around 50. So it actually held 50 very nicely last week. If we go to 5-minute chart, you guys can see, look at this 50 level. 50 could have rejected. It could have been a nasty level and sort of fell off of it. But look what this did on Friday. I mean, this is pretty impressive. XPEV held 50 all day on Friday. So that's pretty nice. Pushing off that 50 this morning, there could be some, there could be definitely some positivity here. I like this 50 level hold. I like how it turned that resistance into support. That gives me a lot of confidence that this 50 level is strong. If you do see a pullback to 50, look for that support to come in once again. For sure. Maybe you can play it off that 50 level support. And then today, I would just watch this 52.30 breakout. If you get that breakout, that would be a very nice little opportunity here for more upside, if the strength is there on the EV sector. So, XPEV, $50 retest would be fantastic. If you can catch that, that would be probably a good entry point on that $50 retest. As long as the strength is there, as long as this thing's not just bleeding out. You don't buy something that's just bleeding out. But if you see this, you see it consolidate for a few hours, and then you start to see like a higher low form and a higher high, and you start to get that push off, then yeah, then maybe there's a nice opportunity there for a nice 50 level support on XPEV. So that's what I'd be watching today. We'll go really quickly through Lucid. I don't really think there's much here on Lucid. Yeah, you're just going to want to see a $40 break on Lucid. Really nothing there. And then Rivian. Rivian's been on a nice little uptrend. Just watch this previous resistance here around 107, 108. If you get that, then maybe you get a nice push through. So basically, guys, just watch the EVs today. See if the EVs get all hot because of Tesla. That would be my watch. Make sure you're watching those the EV sector. All right, NVIDIA. So we know resistance is heavy at 312 on NVIDIA. Heavy resistance. Right, all in this area. Really tough level. So we want to be careful around this 312, 315 on Tesla. That has been a historically very tough, not Tesla, NVIDIA. That has been a very difficult level. So have that on your charts. Make sure you have that mapped out. Make sure you're not trading this into this resistance. Make sure you watch that. Coin is hot. A little bit of crypto strength today. So watch that 312, 315 on NVIDIA. I do like this 294 hold. You can see that this was previous lows in this area. You guys can see right here. Let me delete that other line. There we go. So where is this? What's this 294 area? What's this 294, 295? All these previous lows, this previous low, and you can see we're trying to hold this previous low now. So all of these levels, boom, 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 support, another support, and we're trying to bounce off that right now. That's interesting. So I'm definitely watching this 294 area as support. I can see NVIDIA is starting to respect it. You're on a little bit of a downtrend, so you're probably going to want to see that downtrend break here on NVIDIA. But if you do see that, if you see a push over 300, push over some of these previous resistance levels, let's say right here around 303, right here around 306, if you start to get those pushes through these levels, then I would look for that 312 push. See if NVIDIA is strong today. See if the price action is strong. I'm not promising that the tech sector is going to be hot today. I know it's up in the pre-market, but we need to see if that strength is there at market open. So, a little bit of NVIDIA hold at 294. Push higher. Look for that 303, 306. I like this support level, I have to say. That's the one thing I like. I like this support level. Multiple times this has been support, and it is showing as support once again. A little bit of a flag pattern. Nice little hold at 294. I'm definitely watching this today to see if it catches some steam. I'll go over AMD real quick. AMD is in a very similar situation. We can clearly see where is this thing holding, and it's holding right at these previous support levels. 1, sort of two there, turning into resistance, and then turning into potential support once again. So I'm watching this 141, 145. AMD has been a little bit weaker than I would like recently. It has definitely been a little bit weaker than I would like. Let me go back real quick and get this back on the chart. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I deleted that. So this whole area here has been very, very important. This whole 144, 145. And if we go into the 5-minute chart, you guys can see right here, we are starting to hold in that area. So right there, we're starting to hold that 144, 145. I'm just a little bit concerned of AMD because of the really, really weak performance last week, and there's a lot of levels above to break out. So, you know, there's this whole area up here which is going to act as resistance. So just be aware of AMD. It's been a lot of resistance up here around this 147, 148 all last week, and if we push into that, you know, you want to be careful of this resistance up here at 148. So that's AMD. I like NVIDIA a little bit more on the daily chart, just looking at it, but we'll see what happens. Facebook. So Facebook turned 345 into resistance once again, guys. It's still there. 345, 355. This whole 10-point range is like just think about it as just sellers. Just think about this whole area as just heavy sellers. Because every time it gets up here, it gets brutally rejected. Now, I will say Facebook is on an uptrend. It's making higher highs, higher lows, so that's good. It doesn't mean this move is over, but we need to be very cognizant of this very difficult area on Facebook. I mean, this area is very hard to get through, and we need to be careful here. So 344, 345. If you see Facebook pushing through here, be careful. Just be careful as we push through here. See if we hold this uptrend today. See if Facebook's strong. I'm probably not interested in Facebook until we get this move right here. I'm probably not interested in Facebook until we get this type of move. That's probably what I want to be seeing. So that's that. Facebook, you need to see that 355 break. Snow on the daily chart. I don't know if anyone uses the TTM squeeze. If you do, it's squeezing right now on the daily, which is pretty interesting to me. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this and actually get us to look at it correctly. Here we go. So I am very interested in this snow move. I know it's not doing anything yet. I know it could potentially break down, but I'm not going to get into it until I see, a move in either direction. I think a big move is incoming. A stock usually does not coil like this, unless there is a big move incoming. And I'm just waiting to see which direction that is. So if it is a hold of the 100 SMA, which it is holding once again, it held it here, and it held it here. Last 3 times, Snow held the 100 SMA, which I absolutely love the look of. I like to see that. You have this nice 325 support. If you get this move on Snow, I think there is big opportunity. If you get this breakthrough on Snow, I think there will be a nice move here. So I'm patiently waiting to see what this move is. Does Snow catch some momentum? Does it start to push through this 370s and start to move higher? Or do you get this breakdown? Either way, I think there is tradable opportunity here on Snow in the coming future. So I would keep this on your charts. It is definitely preparing for something here as we sort of approach this, inflection point. There's gonna have to be an important level here. No, TTM's free on Thinkorswim, guys. So here's the TTM squeeze on Thinkorswim. So you can see the red little. I think this. I don't use this a lot. I'm not a master of it, but I'm pretty sure the red dots indicates there is a squeeze incoming. So, and I sort of can see that without even looking at this. This morning I pulled it up because I was like, this is probably squeezing right now, just from looking at the charts, and sure enough, it was. So this Anton guy, man, how many times? U.S. stock futures market to give us U.S. direction. I mean, are you a professional poker player? No, I'm not, but I would be an aspiring one. I do like poker, and I love to play it. Snow, nice hold. Let's see if it coils here. All right. Home Depot. Home Depot. I love this chart. I just love everything about Home Depot. I'm a big shareholder. I wouldn't say big because big is, relative. But for me, I'm pretty big and pretty big shareholder for my portfolio. I absolutely love this chart. I love everything about it. I just would be careful of this previous highs, guys. But the reason I bring this up is just watch this stock this year, please. Buy shares of this stock. Consider adding this to long term. Consider looking at maybe leaps. This chart's just awesome. Home Depot's a beast. This is actually where I bought Home Depot. 179. Isn't that crazy? I bought this in March of 2020 when the market moved. This is why this line's here. I added like a little dotted line for where I bought shares at. So I'm in here at 178. Now, of course, I've been adding to this, so obviously my average cost is moving up. I really don't care because it just keeps going up. So, Home Depot, just an awesome stock. I just wanted to bring it up today. Just watch it this year. Watch it over this all-time high. It's just a monster. One stock that I wish I had shares of, which I do not, and I'm very upset about it, and that is Costco. Costco is an absolute animal. This stock, I don't know what else to say about this stock. Team Cost, this stock is unbelievable. Another stock that I would be absolutely watching into 2022. Home Depot and Costco look fantastic. Costco did an awesome little break and retest last week here at 560. You can see previous resistance, pushed higher, pulled back, held 560 beautifully, and closed very strong on Friday. This stock is, it's just dumb. This stock is awesome. So, Costco, gotta believe this continues. It's been an absolute monster. XLP strength has been insane. And Costco is one of the largest movers in the XLP. So, Team Cost 2022. I'm all over it. I would absolutely be watching Costco this year, guys. Great stock for your long term. Great stock for your children. Great stock for for retirement. It's just it's sick. All right, next, PayPal. Now, this is a stock that's under a little bit more pressure, right? This is clearly not Costco. This is a much different story. However, I'm definitely watching this name this year, guys. If PayPal can get over 200, I think I start to add this position to my long term. I need to see a break over 200. I need to see this curl start to happen. 200 on PayPal, that's my level. But I would definitely watch this year, guys. PayPal over 200. Watch my video from yesterday. If you have not, I talk about some comeback stocks of this year. PayPal is definitely one of them. So make sure to watch that video. The next one real quick is SE. If I go to the weekly chart, we can see on the weekly chart, we have a beautiful support hold here. On the weekly, right here, 1, 2, 3. A beautiful quadruple pullback, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice little hold. Quadruple bottom, I guess you could call it. I don't really call something that, but you can clearly tell the support is there at 200 area. 100 SMA on the weekly chart, absolutely a strong support area. And you can see here on the 4-hour, SE is starting to make higher highs and higher lows. This is already starting, right? This is already starting to make these moves. Now, I want to see this 234, 235 break. That would be my key breakout here. If I see that breakout, that is my indicator for a potential upside play. This would be maybe a swing trade, my first swing trade of 2022. If I see this start to push over this 235. I like SE. It's traditionally been a very strong stock. It got absolutely wrecked. It's wrecked here. This is a 50% drop almost in a month. So that's a big drop. And I think there's going to be some, pent-up demand here. I guess that would be the word for me. There's going to be some pent-up demand. There's going to be some people that are eyeing this move. there's definitely going to be a breakout zone where this thing starts to really move back to the upside. I'm definitely going to be watching this. Want to see this 235 break, SE, big pullback, big opportunity, definitely something I'm watching. All right, that is what I had for you today. But if you guys know about the live stream, we're about to jump into a few more charts for the members that went ahead and put them in the wow, we got a lot today. The members that I like how we have a set limit. So guys, we're gonna start. There's gonna be a limit to how many we can do. This is a lot, so I'm gonna have to go quick today. But we got Shop, MRNA, Baba, Qualcomm, Roku, Snow. I already did, so I'm gonna have to delete that one. Hopefully you watch the live stream. ON, Starbucks, Novavax, Lucid. I already did Lucid, but I'll do a little bit more in depth for you. And OPRX. So we're about to look at those charts. If you guys want to join, press the join down below. If you guys want to help me out in the stream, press that like button before we get started. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you're new. Help me out, grow these streams into 2022. That would be very, very, appreciated. Thank you, guys. So here we go. Let's go quick. Shop. It's been lagging. That's my first thing that comes to mind. A move that is lagging. I need to see Shop above 1450 to get bullish again. I need to see it above 1450 to get bullish again. This previous resistance, you guys can clearly see this. Look at all this resistance here. That looks really tough. So I'm not really someone that wants to trade Shop to the upside into this resistance. It's been lagging this move, very, very, been very stuck here. I know it's found support at 1300, but it is stuck below 1450. So for me, I need to see this thing make a real move over 1450 before getting, excited on it. So that's Shop. MRNA, you guys know how I feel about biotechs. It's nothing that really is very consistent, guys. If you see a chart and look at all these gaps, guys. You see these gaps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just huge gaps on the daily chart. So many areas of no price action. Why does that happen? Because this is a biotech stock that moves ridiculously in the after hours due to news events that you do not know are coming. News events that you cannot anticipate. Stocks, that kind of stock is not something I want to get myself into. I am not interested in getting screwed in the after hours because mRNA or the government says something about COVID. It's not really my, I have no interest. So that's my first feeling about any biotech you guys ask me about. I hate them. I do not like trading biotechs that have gap ups and gap downs without anyone expecting anything. It's just not something I'm interested in. You have this triple bottom on mRNA. I clearly see that. You can see we're starting to hold this 235. Maybe you get a push back into this 320 area. Just watch this 325 as support. However, I wouldn't trust this thing past a day trade. Just personal opinion. Baba, a stock that's been wrecked, and it has no signs of coming back still. There's still no signs of Baba coming back. Until Baba makes a higher high, I wouldn't trust this thing to the upside, guys. You have it to the downside. Yeah, I see, maybe you reject off this 123 area again. So I would definitely be more interested in Baba to the downside than the upside. Absolutely. This little resistance here, 123, 124, maybe you start to reject off that level. If I go to the shorter term time frames, you can clearly see it rejected that level perfectly on Friday. Here's the hourly, a ton of resistance above, just a ton of resistance. I would assume this is probably going lower before it goes higher. That would be my assumption. So Baba, it just can't catch any momentum. It just keeps bleeding out. Don't know when that changes. Qualcomm. So right now, Qualcomm's in a little bit too much of a channel for me. I need to see it break out. I need to see Qualcomm make a move to either direction. It's either a beautiful downside move under this 170 area or a beautiful breakout over 180, 190. So right now, guys, Qualcomm's sort of in the middle of a range. How do you tell which way this goes? You can't. You really can't. So you need to see how it performs at either side of this channel. That's when I would start to get interested in a move. So if it moves back down to 174, starts to hold up, maybe you look for that bullish move back to the upside. So yeah, watch this channel. I would wait for the channel to show you the direction. Right now, there is no direction. Roku, a stock that I would watch this year. It's not a stock that I would recommend in like short term, but it is a stock I would watch this year. It has really not found any momentum. I know it's starting to push higher, but you can see, look at these. I mean, look at these candles. These are just really shitty candles, honestly. So I need to see something real here before trusting Roku to the upside. It's a stock I would watch. Wait for the actual trend to start. I mean, wait for this. I mean, this is not started. There's nothing here. So wait for something real here. You know, you will not miss out on Roku, guys. Even if you miss this move, even if you get in here around 300, there is still so much opportunity here. I would be patient and I would wait for the move to actually happen. Do not try to get ahead of a, of a stock that has no strength. Semiconductor ON, maybe look for this retest. That's what I'd be watching. Look, that's a nice little retest area at 66. That's what I'd be watching. Watch for this 66 retest on ON. Right there. Starbucks. I know Starbucks is still sort of holding strong, but just be careful of this resistance. Yeah, maybe, if it 118 entry for upside, maybe if you get over 118, you can, sort of catch some momentum. There is a lot of resistance in this area, so just be careful of this. Be careful of this resistance on Starbucks. However, maybe this is the time it breaks out. There's going to be a time where this eventually breaks out, right? But just be aware of 117 area. It's clearly very strong. If I go to the hourly chart, you're going to see this clear as day. Actually, you know what? Let me get a little bit more time. Here's the hourly. You can clearly see how tough this area is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 117. Very tough resistance. Wait for it to clearly break through. Hold it as support. That's what I'd be interested in. Novavax, guys, is the same exact story. It's a biotech. This is its chart for the last year. This is not a chart I want to be trading. Maybe there's some opportunity for a, support hold down here for a nice pushback higher. However, it's biotech and not something that I try to guess what's going to happen. Lucid, we talked about briefly, needs to get above 40, guys, for upside. You got to see it Lucid up above 40 for upside. This is a tough resistance level right here at 40. It's been rejected multiple times. Look at these wicks. The wicks should show you everything on Lucid. These wicks right here should tell you everything. This right here, this wick right here, this wick up here, these upside wicks it's showing resistance. It's very similar to Roblox. Look at the Roblox wicks to the upside. Wick, 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 wick. All this resistance above, this is just showing you that there are sellers stacked up above these levels. It's very clear. So Roblox, Lucid have these upside wicks that you need to be aware of. So I do not like Lucid here. You need to see it above 40. OPRX, not sure what this stock is, but you have a nice pullback. You're trying to hold these previous highs right here. You guys can see these previous highs turning into support. If you get this breakout, yeah, look at that. It's right there. Yeah, this is clear. 64 on OPRX. Right here, previous resistance. And where is it rejecting right now, guys? Look at that. Right there at 64. It's very, very clear. Technicals are not real. It's all magic. It's only magic why OPRX is rejecting off this 6350 again. There's no real, it's not like it rejected there in the past, right? So perfect resistance there, perfect resistance there, perfect resistance here, perfect resistance here. You need to just see this break over 6350. It's clear as day. So wait for that break, wait for that hold, and maybe you can get that move for sure. Just look for that 6350 push. All right, guys. That is going to be it for today's stream. First stream of 2022. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Today, be patient. I know everyone wants to make the first day of 2022 a big green day or just a green day in general. Do not come out swinging. Do not change your strategy. Do not get emotional. Do not, just don't go out there and, make stupid decisions because you want to make a great first day of 2022. I know we all want to, but we need to stick to today like every other day. We need to see if there's real momentum in the market, real price action, something that's tradable. If it's another day like it was last week, where it's just sideways choppy price action, it's not going to be fun, guys. So make sure you stay calm, stay relaxed, see if there's an actual move out there. Only trade good setups. I promise you, if you do not trade on days that are really crappy like last week, and you only take advantage of big moves or big downside moves, a clear direction, I promise your winning percentage will increase, and you just need a little bit of patience. All it takes is a little bit of patience. All right, guys, have a great day. Press that like button for me before you head out. Let's get to 500 likes if we could, and let's do it again tomorrow. Press that like button, subscribe, press the bell if you guys want to know when I go live, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.